Good afternoon. My name is Beth Blevins. I'm the PGA Director of Instruction at Summer Blevins backyard. Thanks to COVID-19, a lot of us are stuck at home, so I thought I'd pick some ideas and some different examples of things we can do if we're stuck at the house or can't get out to the golf courses as often as we want. The first things first, we've got to ensure we keep our grip, our proper grip. So a lot of us, when I teach a lot of my students, they know the grip they like, and they want to stick with that grip. So, which is totally fine. We've got three options out there. You've got your interlocking, your overlap, and a lot of times that 10-finger grip. And those three options, the biggest thing you want to ensure is there's a form of connection in any of those options, meaning hands connected together in some fashion. So the first things first is if you do choose the interlocking grip, you're going to take your lead hand, which for a majority of y'all is going to be, for my right-handers, that's going to be your left hand. For someone like myself, I'm left-handed, it's going to be my right hand. But you're going to take your lead hand, you're going to make a pistol, you're going to interlock that trail hand, you're going to interlock that, your bottom hand, the pinky of it with the index finger of your lead hand. The key to success here is, if you see, is the thumb of your front hand, your lead hand, the thumb of that is going to nestle into your lifeline of your trail hand. See how it just nestles in? We tell the kids it's like a hot dog and a bun. Now what you do with your bottom thumb, most of you, it's going to be your right hand. What you do with that thumb is up to you. You can either lay it straight down the middle of the grip, or you can lay it across, whichever strikes your fancy. All we ask is that there is a form of connection. It does not separate. If you instead of interlocking and you choose to overlap, same scenario. You take that trail hand, that bottom hand, and you lay it over top of your index finger of your lead hand. Just laying it, and you can nestle it. Nothing changes up front. Totally up to you if you want to put your thumb on top or lay it gently over. The next element would be the 10-finger, which is they also known as the baseball grip. Baseball grip can get a little swirly sometimes, if you will, because a lot of players might end up turning it into a hockey stick. We're going to try and stay away from that. If you do choose the 10-finger grip, your lead hand never changes. You take your trail hand, and all you do is rest it as close to and connect it, and again settle that thumb into your lifeline of your bottom hand. Okay. All we ask is there's form of connection. If you are 10 swings into this and you notice that you started out at 10-finger, and then all of a sudden 10 swings later you're into interlocking, and 10 swings later you're back to 10-finger, that's okay. Don't fight that. But all we ask is that the last three fingers, your pinky, your pinky, your ring, and your middle finger of your lead hand. And for my right-handers, that's going to be your left hand. It's not your dominant hand. It's going to be your left hand. They own the club. Just remember that they own, those three fingers own the club. Now, once you've chosen your grip, then if you do want to wear a glove, there's some little tips we have to properly fitting the glove, and some little markings that you can put on your glove to kind of help you, assist you as you go through this process of getting back into the game in the backyard, if you will. First things first, you want it to fit quite tightly. You do want it to fit. If you stretch your hands out like so, you don't want to be able to pinch a lot. You want it to kind of be a little bit difficult to grab any of the leather. Leather will give after a little bit, after we sweat, and it'll stretch out. So if it's uncomfortable, the biggest key is you want to make sure when you're trying to find a glove, make sure it's wide enough, you've got enough width here, okay? And I know a lot of us, the fingers might be a little bit short. Just as long as you're not poking through the top of them, we're okay. Because again, the leather will give. You've seen my glove. I've already put a few markings on it for us. One of the markings is where to properly put where to put the club in the hand. Because again, you're gonna wear a glove on your lead hand. So for my right-handers that play right-handed, it's gonna be on your left hand. For my lefties, it's our right hand, okay? So that's the lead hand. As you can tell, I drew, and you're allowed to draw on your glove also. So if you want to put a Sharpie marker, and from the base of your index finger all the way to about 1.5 fingers width from your pinky, that is where you want the actual club to sit. Because you have more flexibility and range of motion when the grip is in your fingers. I tell my students all the time, the grip must be in your fingers, not your hands. That's the difference between baseball and golf. We want it in our fingers, okay? So I'm resting it in my fingers. As you can see, the red marking. When I set the club on the ground, I'm able to rest in my fingers. Now, you see this other line I've drawn, this red line. I've connected it to the base of my index finger to about middle of my thumb. When I get the proper grip, as you can see, that line should stay connected. Now, if I don't, let's say I get a little strong grip, there's going to be some space. We do not want space. Remember when we're choosing our grip, to shorten that thumb, keep that thumb connected. Again, the reason we do that, obviously, range of motion. When you've chosen your grip, got your straight across the line, I'm now in my interlocking grip. The last thing you see is I've written BAL. I like to write a text of some sort to myself to remind me to do something. It could be have a proper routine, but for me, I know I need proper balance. So for me, the BAL stands for balance. So I know when I get ready to hit, as I'm set up, the last thing I'm really going to look down and see is that BAL. Again, little triggers to help us, remind us of proper training as we're out there. Please feel free to message me, email me. If you have a particular question you want me to cover, I will be glad to cover it. We're going to go through the fundamentals. Through this whole process of COVID-19, we're going to be in the backyard, and we're going to go through a lot of the process of the fundamentals, the grip, the stance, the posture, alignment, ball placement, short game, putting, different things like that. So if there's something you have a question on, please feel free to email me, to text me.